What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite ships in the game, the stealth fighter, otherwise known as the Aegis Sabre. This is an awesome little ship, and when you have the right loadout on it, it can really kick some ass. Alright, before we get into today's video, if you find this video entertaining or informative in any way, please leave a comment down below and let me know how I did. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss future content. That being said, let's talk about fighters. The Aegis Sabre is a stealth fighter that is extremely deadly in the right hands. Its small size and nimble response to control input makes it a very evasive fighter and a force to be reckoned with in a zero-G dogfight. In atmosphere, the V-shape of the fuselage and the fact that the Sabre has wings makes it a great all-around combat choice for those unexpected fighting conditions. No matter what the battlefield, the Aegis Sabre shines and is a great choice for combat pilots everywhere. In my personal opinion, the Sabre is one of the best looking fighters in the game. The sharp lines and the slim body just give the Sabre a sleek and intimidating look, reminiscent of that of a modern stealth fighter. As far as the view from the pilot seat goes, I have no complaints and have never once had a problem tracking a target with the exceptional visibility that the cockpit on the Sabre provides. Overall, for design, this ship gets an A+ from me. Okay, now let's talk about the Sabre's loadout. The Sabre is equipped with 4 size 3 weapon hardpoints, 2 size 1 power plants, 2 size 1 coolers, a size 1 quantum drive, and a whopping 3 size 1 shield generators. It can carry 4 size 3 missiles or alternatively 8 size 2 missiles, and has a small amount of quantum fuel, but with the right drive can still make it from Port Alizar to Microtech in just over 6.5 minutes. When it comes to the default loadout on the Sabre, it really isn't that bad, with 4 CF337 Panther laser repeaters, 3 Shimmer stealth shield generators, the Drift stealth quantum drive, 2 Sonic Light stealth power plants, and 2 Bracer military grade coolers. This ship is more than equipped to deal with NPCs, but if it's PvP you want, you may have to switch out some components. The only cons for me on the Sabre is when damaged, like for example when you lose a wing, the ship becomes very difficult to maneuver in a fight, especially in atmosphere. So at that point you have 2 options. Either commit to the fight no matter the outcome, or use the Sabre's engines to the max with a top speed of around 1230 kilometers per second to quickly flee from the fight and live to die another day. Alright, so now that we're in the game, I will show you the current loadout that I'm rocking on my Sabre. This is the loadout I've been experimenting with in PvP scenarios. I've been chasing down some player bounties with it, and it seems to do pretty damn well. So the missile loadout's not that important, and the quantum drive isn't that important, but I will note that this quantum drive will allow you to get just about anywhere in the Stanton system within 2 jumps. As far as my systems go for this loadout, I have, for my coolers, 2 EcoFlow coolers, I have an Endurance and a Roughneck power plant, and for my shield generators, I have the Guardian, which absorbs a lot of different types of damage and has a higher resistance to things like distortion damage, since those are very viable now. The Palisade here is a very hardy shield, has a lot of hit points, and can absorb a lot of damage, and the FR66 allows for quick shield charging time, and I do overclock all 3 of my shields with this loadout. As far as my weaponry goes, I have 4 Mantis GT 220 Gatling guns. I do not overclock these because they only carry 4,000 rounds each, and if you overclock them, they will overheat a lot and you will run out of ammo quicker than you can kill another player. That all being said, there's no player bounties in the lobby right now, so I'm going to go and find a couple of regular bounties and show you just how quick with this loadout you can take down NPCs. Alright, now when I first get into the cockpit of my Sabre, what I like to do is come over here to the power, and I'll put about 50% of my power output into the shields and around 25 for my thrusters.
I have been authorized to scan your vehicle for security
really,
purposes.
dude?
Please halt your vehicle and stand by.
I haven't even took off yet and the police are already on my ass. I have took down so many criminals for you guys, you ungrateful sons of... Anyway, as I was saying before we were rudely interrupted, I always put about 50% of my power into my shields, and I usually have about 25 to my thrusters and my weapon systems. And then I go over to the items panel here and I overclock both of my power plants. Because even though this is a stealth fighter, I do not go for a stealth build. I want maximum power output and maximum damage output. So I'll go all the way down here now and I will overclock all 3 of my shields. So there we go, that's all I overclock on this build. Now, worth noting, when I have my attrition 3s on here, when I'm just strictly doing NPC bounties, I always overclock my attritions, but like I said before, do not overclock the Mantis because you will run out of ammo quicker than you can actually fend off a threat. Alright, so I just picked up this CS3 bounty here, so we're gonna go on over there and see how quick we can take these bad boys down. Alright, so my bounty is gonna be in that gravity well just ahead of me. There will be no cuts from here until the end of the fight, so I can show you exactly how fast I can do a CS3. I would have done a CS4, but there was none available. And I'm kind of on a time limit, so here we go. Alright, I will note that an advantage to having ballistic Gatling guns is those ballistic rounds are going to go right through the shields and do a ton of damage on whatever target you're firing at. And dead. Oh, got a problem here. My guns want to fire on their own. There we go. We got this guy behind me. This is the bounty. Yeah, he's about dead. There he goes. Let me get centered on the pip here. And there we go. All 3 done and down just like that. That took me, I don't know, maybe a minute at the most. All right, so now I know all the noobs out there watching are thinking, well, where do I get this? How much does it cost? You're gonna come over here to New Deal Shipyard on Lorville, and as soon as you make it here, you go over to the kiosk in front of the prospector that's in the background, and the Aegis Sabre is gonna run you about 2.2 million AUEC. Took me a lot of grinding with my rock, but I finally got it, and I don't regret it. With all of that being said, I hate to inform you that it is once again that time where I have to bid you farewell. So, if you have enjoyed the content that I provided you with today and found it either informative or entertaining, do me a favor and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know your thoughts on the Sabre if you've tried it out. And don't forget to slap that like button, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future content. And above all else, citizens, have a wonderful day. I will see you next time in the verse. Hey Billy, how you doing?
Definitely take a look around. Got some great stuff in stock right now.
Yeah. Spare me the spiel. I was just wondering if I could talk you down on that prospector over there. It's looking a little worse for wear.